Good afternoon, everyone. It is time for a petite moment with Della Petties. I know everyone's so excited to get these. But today, actually, I'm outside of my daughter's school waiting to go and volunteer. Be involved, parents. And so I figured that I would have a few minutes to tell you all about the vinegar corn story that I mentioned in the homeboy hookup video. So here it goes. When I was much younger, me and my mom and my siblings, we lived in a house, obviously, and she had a friend, and her friend said, oh, well, I'm getting a brand new refrigerator, and I want to put all new groceries on in the refrigerator, so do you want this food? She asked my mom, and of course, why wouldn't you want the food, right? Because it's free. I mean, nothing tastes as good as free does. Or does it? Anywho, so we go over to her house, and, it was daytime, so it was good and bright outside. And so we went and, we got the items from her refrigerator. She said she had already had it packed up for us. We were like, great. So we take the stuff straight from her house to our house, put it in the freezer. And of course, there was a decent amount of corn on the cob. Well, a few nights later, my mom decided, to make the corn. So, of course, we take it out of the freezer, we boil it up, and in mom mode, she hadn't had a chance to make her plate or eat with us just yet. So we start eating the food. Meat's good, potatoes good, and we get to the corn that this friend had provided us, and we start to eat it. And something was different about it. And so, I figured, hey, there's like silver queen corn and there's cream corn and sweet corn. So we just figured, well, this must be vinegar corn, right? Because if you have all those types of corn, of course, there could be a vinegar corn flavor. Well, it got to a point where even though I am willing to try to eat anything at least once, that vinegar corn was not satisfying to my very young palate. And I finally just said, Mom, I don't like the vinegar corn. And my mom said, what do you mean vinegar corn? I was like, the corn that we have, I really don't like it. And she said, let me try it. So she sits down to try to eat with us, and she starts to eat it. She almost immediately gags and says, this is not vinegar corn. There's no such thing as vinegar corn. This is spoiled. Come to find out, this woman's electricity was in a pause status, we're going to say, until she paid her next bill. And so she had all this food that was pretty much, rotting in her refrigerator. And rather do what would have been decent and throw it into the garbage, she gave it to our family, and we consumed what I thought was vinegar corn. No, Della, it was just spoiled. From then, I should have been leery of the homeboy hookup. From that moment then. But as we have seen in recent videos, and I'm quite sure you have dealt with it in your own lives, a lot of times it's just better to go ahead and pay to Walmart the $2.50 or Publix, $4.50, whatever it is. Because, again, it'll hurt your tummy. So, moral of the story is, there ain't no such thing as vinegar corn. If you get some and somebody tries to convince you that it's vinegar corn, please know that means it's spoiled, it's rotten, it's not good for you, it's not good for animals. You don't even feed that to like your enemy. You don't feed that to nobody. That ain't right. That ain't right. And I like corn. And I was real hesitant for a minute after that, because don't nobody want no vinegar corn.